thank you, Faker. Thank you for making us League Grandpas feel a little alive. Hey, it's Broxah here, and today I'm going to be ranking some of the best plays at Worlds this year chosen by you, the fans. And unsurprisingly, we're gonna watch a lot of T1. Oh, Faker doing work. Goodbye, Belvev. Oh, keep your eyes on Gumayusi. Insane flash. Oh! Gumayusi's doing work. Wow, that unhit Varus though. Okay, let's just try to rewatch that. So first of all, I think it's worth pausing here. Look what Kanavi is going for. Dashes forward, tries to W on Faker. Faker quickly flashes to the side. Kanavi tunnel visions on Dragon here, which is a mistake that a lot of junglers make in Pro. It's like you really want to get that Dragon, you're completely tunneling on it instead of focusing on the fight, and I think is what ends up making a big difference in this one. So as we roll out the clip, Kanavi, he has flash up. I don't know what he's doing. It almost looked like he DC'd for a moment. No offense, of course. Faker, the Goat, destroys him, takes him down. Good Javanol from Oner, forcing Missing to flash out. Now all of a sudden, Knight is stuck with the team. And as this is happening, 369 and Ruler, both jumping on Gumayusi, who manages to kite so well and take both of them down. I think this was an incredible play from Gumayusi, because he was essentially left alone by his team and still manages to turn it around. This clip I thought was really cool from T1 as a whole. I also thought it was very poor play from JDG, which is going to reflect in the ranking. Gumayusi had really good kiting. He did a good job flashing the third Aatrox Q to prevent, getting knocked up and dying. But ultimately, not the fanciest play I've seen at Worlds this year. And from an individual standpoint, I think Gumayusi gets to be in the B tier here. I think there was a lot of cool games at Worlds this year. Two games come to mind in particular. The first one is going to be with a little bit of, Team Liquid bias. The first game, TL versus T1, I thought was really amazing. I think that game caught everybody off guard with TL being so close to winning, and the way Piosik played Lee Sin. Like me as a Lee Sin connoisseur, I couldn't stop smiling witnessing that. But also, Game 3, JDG versus T1, which I'm sure will make an appearance here soon, was something absolutely special. Faker showed that after all these years, he still got it. Oh, I remember this one. This was so sneaky. This is one of the coolest Nico plays I've ever seen. Look at him. Lehens goes in fog of war. BDD sneaks in, gets the ult on both of them. Like a completely insane play from BDD. We're gonna... Well, Lehens and BDD, it's really the duo doing work which makes it so impressive, the coordination. So you see it right here. BDD walks into bot, Lehens moves in Fog of War here. Right as he's in Fog of War, BDD turns into Nautilus, transforms, move out, and because Lehens was gone for such a short amount of time, Weibo has no clue what's going on, no clue what's hitting them, and he gets the freest Nico ult of his life. Lehens even lands his Q on the minion, doesn't manage to follow up at all, but it doesn't matter, because Weibo was caught off, so off guard, crisp but no flash, super easy kill secured for KT. I think this was extraordinary, and it's one of the coolest Nico plays I've ever seen. This clip is going to be higher for sure. This clip was absolutely beautiful. I think Gumayusi's fighting in the previous clip was great, but this actually blew my mind when I watched it. Like, this made me want to go into solo queue and play Nico, but then at the back of my mind I also realized there's no way my support is going to be able to make a play as crazy as this one. So BDD and Lehens, the dynamic duo, is going to go in... Oh, it's A or S for sure. It's kind of hard to determine. I think we're going to put it in A. That's an A tier clip. It's very close to S though. It's like right on the edge, but man, was it cool to watch. I really have enjoyed the Nico rework, especially right when it came out, and it was amazing for jungle. It's not considered as strong of a jungle anymore, mostly a mid laner nowadays, but I think there's so many cool things that you can do with the transformations. And I just remember like the week it came out, I was playing a jungle every game, I would turn into a minion, you walk into lane as a minion, you get so many free kills because everybody's like, what? Nico can be a minion? And here, like now, all these years later, we still see it catching people off guard. There's so many creative things you can do that people are not gonna actively think about. Like anybody, even at Worlds, can be caught off guard by these crazy Nico plays. JDG T1 series. It's 1-1, game 3, very important game. Look at the arrow! Oh, I remember this one! The arrow flies at him, he flashes not to the side, not away from it, he flashes right over it and goes for the God engage. I think this play in particular, this play was so beautiful. Let's go back. Like, look at that arrow. It's flying right at him and he flashes over it and then goes for the engage. Like, this play cemented Oner as a god jungler. He was so underrated coming into the tournament. By many considered one of the weakest, if not the weak point of T1. But man, does this play alone tell the story of his tournament. Like, he was just on point. By far the best Rel player in the world. And no matter what champion he was playing, Rel, Lee Sin, whatever else, he always had such good synergy with Faker. He always had such a good understanding of how to play out these fights. And I was so happy seeing this guy in action. Like my jungle heart, you know, feels nice and warm every time I see him play. So with this play in mind, what we need to take into account when ranking it is the pressure on Oner in this moment. Because this dragon fight could potentially decide the entire game. If T1 loses this, they may be out of Worlds. Like, who knows? It's a game 3 in the semi-final, best of 5. So much stress is on the players, so much pressure. He still finds that opening. He still not even sees it, but also dares to go for it. Pulls it off and secures the game-winning fight for T1. If that is not an S-tier play, I don't know what would be. Mr. Oner, the type of player that all us aspiring junglers want to become. Thank Mr. Oner. KT JDD up 2-1. Ruler Knight are down 2v5 in Baron. This Knight ult was absolutely huge. I respect this play out of JDG so much. Like, look at the way they're kiting. Look at how they're fighting. Keep in mind, this is 2 versus 5. Oh, incredible synergy between the two of them. What incredible fights. Now, let's have a look here and see exactly what's going on. So first, Ruler stealths in, surprises BDD, Knight immediately follows over the wall, drops the Ori ult, Lehans gets caught as well, Ruler flashes forward, deletes him, secures the kill, aiming now turns, and Knight is there to follow right away. It is also worth noting though, what on earth are KT doing? One of the first things that you learn when you're a professional League of Legends player taking Baron is that when you do Baron, you want everybody to position like as a ball near the pit. Obviously not like completely grouped so Orianna can get like a 3k elo shockwave on you and ace you, but you need the enemy team to walk close to you. Instead, BDD starts going hunting. Keen, by the way, let's highlight what Keen is doing. Keen is not even there. So Keen is like in the Antarctica, he doesn't even realize what's going on. BDD walks out of the pit, Lehans for some reason follows him, and all of a sudden now, Aiming decides that his 2 friends are dead. He wants to avenge them, goes crazy on his own. Vi is still hitting Baron, Jax is now being found in the enemy jungle. They're like doing so many different things all at once. Instead of just hitting the Baron, having Jax move down, trying to burn it before Lee Sin, Kanavi can make it out of base. So while I think this was an impressive play from Ruler Knight, while I think with the position they were in, they couldn't have played it much better, I think it was also a donation by KT. Going into Worlds, this is what would by many be considered an NA Baron. Now, unfortunately, after the tournament, we can call it a Western Baron, because we saw Europe do Barons like these pretty often as well. Oh, feels bad, man. And yeah, KT just went full Western mode. They kind of trolled. Still gotta respect Knight and Ruler for taking advantage of it. And I am gonna put it... It's gonna go in the B tier. I think... Is this gonna be above Gumayusi's Varus play or not? I'm gonna say no. I don't think so. I think this, while being a cool play, while being a very hype moment, KT got mind controlled, and the ranking is also gonna reflect that, so it's gonna be at the bottom. We have saved the best for last. Sit back and enjoy. I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just Faker things. Like that's all you can really say. Like, if you ever doubted whether Faker still had it after all these years, after winning Worlds in 2013, still playing this way in 2023, just watch this. JDG T1, 29 minutes in, a game that could potentially decide the outcome of the series, where T1 is currently losing. JDG has Baron, they're pushing, they're wanting to pressure and start setting their sights on some inhibs. It is not looking good for T1, but what does Mr. Faker do? He not only finds and sees, but goes for an opportunity that literally no one else would have the balls to go for, but he just freaking gets in there, angles his ult in a way and gets so far back that Ruler, who desperately tries to flash out and gets caught off guard, still gets knocked back into the team, and then all of T1 is ready. They follow up immediately. Like, this is just giving me flashbacks to the Faker versus Ryu set out play. Amazing, amazing, amazing play. Like, completely speechless. So this can only go into one single tier. Faker has to be in a tier of his own. Like, S tier normally is what I would say is the absolute top, but there's S for the mere mortals, and there's Faker tier, the God tier, the tier that we're all working towards, hoping that one day we can reach, but that will never be possible because there's really only one Faker. You know, once in a while, I'm being told that I'm a bit of a boomer, that I'm a grandpa nowadays. Seeing a boy, a man, who's even older than I am, pull off a play like that, it gives me hope. So thank you, Faker, for that. Thank you for making us League grandpas feel a little alive. What impresses me the most about Faker being able to play at this level after so many years is not only that he's able to keep up a very high skill level, but that he can actually handle how taxing and stressful and nerve-wracking the daily schedule, the practice as a pro player in Korea is like. Because us pros, we've always practiced really hard in the West. But the way these guys go in, the amount of hours they put in, they're like literal machines. It's completely crazy. And practicing like that for all these years, for 10 plus years, and being able to just power through and maintain this level, having all this attention on you, all this pressure, and then just performing in this way, it's completely and utterly mind-blowing. It's amazing that Faker ended up being the face of the game so many years ago, and that he's the one guy who's been managing to do this consistently, to go all the way. Like, could you even want a more beautiful story? I can't think of one, that's for sure. Thank you so much for sending these plays over, and please feel free to let me know how I did in the comments. Now, if you want to watch SAL ranking the greatest team fights, you can check those out right here. Thanks for stopping by, thank you very much for watching, we appreciate you.